Goes to Egypt, carves Ding Jin Hao was here into a 3,500-year-old temple. Bro, do you want a curse? Because that's how you get curses. Special thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we are going to be returning to r/iamatotalpieceofsh. It's been a while since I had a look at this subreddit. By a while, a few months, I think. So I thought, you know, I might as well return. I was starting to get a little bit of faith in humanity back, so I think it's time for me to lose it all. Let's take a look, shall we? San Francisco art gallery owner hosing down a homeless woman. The bar behind him isn't involved. So yeah, quite simply, it's a man hosing down a homeless woman for no reason. She's not even on his property. I mean, even if that was his shop behind him, it's still not his property, it's a public street. But regardless of that, it's not even his shop behind him. It's a bar that he doesn't own. What a scumbag. I mean, homeless people are miserable enough without you hosing them down just for existing, you know? You're not gonna cure homelessness and solve the homeless epidemic by hosing down homeless people, are you? No. She's only 16, bro. Tate brothers bragged about having sex with teen minors and stealing cam girls' passports so they couldn't escape. It's crazy that it's taken this long for people to figure this stuff out. Some of this I knew about before he was arrested, but it's like all of this news is going around now that he's been arrested. Like, look how much of a scumbag he is. And it's like all of this was public info before he got arrested, you know? I already knew about the cam girl thing before he was arrested and thought that he was a scumbag. And then he got arrested for human trafficking and people went, whoa, how did we not see this before? It's like, we did. This was all public info. You chose to be blind to it. And people still support him. There are people still saying free Andrew Tate, he did nothing wrong. Lunatics. Florida woman kidnaps 2 dogs. Upon searching her residence, police found over 20 dogs in her home. This is sad and messed up, but like, I can't imagine the absolute mental unwellness that this woman has to be in, that she not only thinks it's acceptable to kidnap dogs, but has kidnapped 20 and keeps them in her house. There's gotta be some kind of mental illness involved in this, right? Like, no one of sound mind would do something like that. I mean, there's I guess the theory could also be that she's kidnapping animals and then waiting for owners to put up bounties for finding them so that she can return them for cash. But even still, no one mentally sound is doing that.
Sorry, what?
I'm just taking some pictures of this scratch.
Okay, yeah, okay, but we've not scratched it.
Look how close you are to my car. You must have scratched it.
What do you mean, look how close?
Look, it's ridiculous. You're so
okay, look,
close.
but look,
my car.
Look, I'm in the bay, yeah? You're not in your bay.
I don't care. You have scratched my car. When I parked this car, there was no scratch on it. There's a scratch on it now.
But I'm saying,
I want your insurance details as well, please.
Yeah,
I've taken a picture of your number plate.
No, but like what I'm saying, yeah, if there's a scratch on your car, how come there's not a scratch on my car? And what
You
I'm saying
must
is,
have
we're parked
damaged
close,
it more.
yeah?
You must
But
have
like,
damaged it more.
but like, we're in the bay. I'm in the bay. You're not in the bay.
No, you're gonna see the mark on this car.
Exactly,
No.
exactly.
My car's not big enough
Honestly,
to hit
when
like
I parked, there was no scratch on this car.
You
I'm
know what
still
I'm saying?
taking the pictures. I am
Take
taking
the
the
pictures,
pictures.
take the
It's not
pictures,
us.
but like I'm not
Take
giving you
the
no
picture, but it's
details.
not
Like I've not hit your
I
car.
don't care. You don't need to give me details. I can get all your details from your insurance
Yeah,
company.
It's
but
so
like, there's no
shameless.
scratch on my car though.
It's so shameless.
Make it right, but there's no way
Yeah.
that car is touched that car.
Okay.
Exactly, like
We've never done
we've
no
not
way.
hit your car.
I do cars and bodywork every
Yeah.
day. That's not fresh. If that was fresh, you'd see a little bit of paint peel. That's not fresh. That's been there for a while.
Yes, that's true.
And then like you're over here trying to accuse us of doing it. You know that's been there before, innit?
Yeah.
You said yeah. You knew it was there before.
Shameless, absolutely shameless. Okay, so we gotta break this down because first and foremost, she scratched her car previously, whether it was in an accident or if she did it deliberately. She scratched a car. She's then trying to get other people who are uninvolved in doing it to pay. And like, if these people were more meek or anxious people, these people were not the kind of people to confront an issue like this, they possibly would have just resigned to this and paid for her car to be fixed up. But like, on top of that, she was was over the line by a considerable amount, by like an entire wheel width was over the line. So if the car had been scratched, she was 100% going to be the culprit there, right? If it came down to it and she had pictures and she took this to insurance, she was probably the one that was going to have to pay out for that because she's the one that didn't park in the bay. But like, it was just so shameless trying to get random strangers to pay for damage done to your car that they didn't do. That's just utterly shameless. And then at the end, rather than apologizing or being like, yeah, I did this, she tries to laugh it off like, haha, yeah, I did do that. What a silly jape, am I right? Shameless. Absolutely shameless. Speaking of shameless, I've been pulled over 2 times while drunk driving. Ain't got my license, but I still drive. And then he uses the N-word. He's white, first of all, and he used the N-word like, oh, look at me, I'm in the hood, yo. But he's still drunk driving, and he's been pulled over twice. He doesn't even have a license. I have no pity. They should be locked up, okay? There is no reason anyone should ever be drunk driving, ever. Get a taxi, just walk. Never, ever get into a car after you've been drinking, especially if you're drunk. Never. There is no reason. This person's been pulled over twice and he doesn't even have a license. That's jail time. He's looking at jail time if he's caught now, and he's filming the evidence and putting it online. Like, this guy should be in jail, and I do not care. I do not care what his excuses might be. There is no excuse. This guy should be in jail, as should anyone who drink drives. There is no reason. By all means, endanger yourself. If you are doing something where you only put yourself in danger, I don't care. Endanger yourself. I couldn't give a crap. However, don't put yourself in a position that you endanger others. And drink driving endangers other people. I couldn't care if you, as a drink driver, injure yourself. I could care if you kill somebody because you were driving drunk. Jail. I don't care. Jail for anyone who drink drives. No excuse. Speaking of idiots on the road, double segue. As I said before, I could not care if you were endangering yourself. But when you endanger other people, I mean, the speed that this person's going at on this road, with the speed of the cars, there is no reason for this. Cycle like a normal person on the right side of the road. No excuse. This person should not be allowed to cycle. Like, they should straight up not allowed. There is no reason for this. And you're not just endangering yourself. They might be going, oh, I love doing this. I get such a rush. But if you're hit, it's not just you that suffers, okay? 1, you'll be injured, sure. 2, you'll damage their property of the person that hits you. And 3, you could injure the person you hit. If your bike goes through the windscreen, if you go through the windscreen, also the emotional trauma that someone would go through having killed a cyclist. If you want to endanger yourself, as I've said, go ahead, I don't care. But when it's other people that are involved in your idiocy, that's when issue comes. 2 parole officers in upstate New York allegedly stole $6,000 in cash from a parolee's home. A camera captured one officer telling the other, we can share the money as long as there's enough money to go round. So these police are searching a parolee's home, and like, before we even get to the part where they talk about it, there's some talking here that you can't really understand, so I'm fine talking over it. Parolees are already struggling, right? They committed a crime, sure, but they're on parole. It's going to be difficult to get a job. It's going to be difficult to get by when you're on parole, regardless of what the crime is for. It's despicable. These people it's already someone that's struggling. It's already someone that's struggling. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll just steal their money. Like, this isn't rehabilitation, is it? You're not rehabilitating someone who is on parole if you're stealing their money. You're only gonna make them turn to petty crime to actually pay for their bills and get by. This is the opposite of rehabilitating someone who has committed a crime. Actually despicable. actually despicable. Doppelganger murder. Woman accused of killing Instagram lookalike in plot to fake her own death. A 23-year-old woman, with the help of a friend, killed a stranger to stage her own death and start a new life due to family problems, police and prosecutors in Germany said. This is actually the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like, this is the dumbest murder. Did she think this was gonna work? Like, regardless of whether this person that was killed looks like her, dental records, DNA, witness accounts, if a friend sees her, they're probably gonna recognize that it's not their friend and it's someone that looks like their friend. But there's so many like reasons that this isn't gonna work. They don't just get a body and go, that looks vaguely like them, it must be them. That person's dead now. Also, the investigation into the death. I mean, if there was a murder, even if she was faking her own murder, they're gonna look into the death, at which point dental records and things like that are going to come up because they're gonna need to establish that the person murdered is actually who it was so that they can figure out who might have done it. Oh, it's so dumb. This is the worst thought out murder I think I've ever seen. Oh, and just because she wanted to start a new life for family problems. That's it. That's the whole reason. She murdered someone because she had family problems. Yeah, it's not even a good reason for a murder. I mean, there's never really a good reason for a murder, but as they come, this is one of the worst. Okay, so the context of this clip is this guy is buying some stuff from this shop. And there's a police officer who was off duty. So he takes that and he pays for it. A police officer immediately pulls a gun on him.
I just paid for this.
Immediately pulls a gun. Straight away.
Try stealing that from you. I just paid. Get your cash and leave. Hey, get your cash and leave. I just paid. Did he pay for this?
Yeah.
He paid for it?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Mm-hmm. My apologies.
Oh, dude, this is so infuriating to watch. He apologized, sure, but like, he didn't even attempt to figure out the situation before he pulled a gun on the dude and told him to leave. If this was in Britain, you know what the first thing that would have happened would have been? The police officer would have gone, did you pay for that? Or he would have gone to the cashier and said, did you see them take that item and did they pay for it? He wouldn't have gone, get your cash and leave, get your cash and leave, get your cash and leave. And then after they're leaving go, did he pay for that? That's the wrong, you ask first. You ask the cashier who is currently protected by a police officer and in no danger. You ask him first if the guy paid for it. Moron. Moron. Just immediately pulls a gun on the dude and goes, leave. This item you paid for, put it back and leave. Moron. Actual moron. And the final post.
You know how much damage I could do to you? I could kill you. Do you want me to kill you? Do you want me to kill you? If I hit you, I know exactly where to hit you with these to kill you.
Alright.
Right in the temple. Right here.
Okay.
Show me now.
No.
Do you want to be
Stop
blind?
it.
Do you want to be blind? Do you want to be blind? Show me your phone. Prove that you're not cheating on me right now.
Wow, I understand the position that the person filming was probably in there and how scary it might be, but good lord, that was cringe. I don't use the word very often, but that was the cringiest thing. That was a full-on r/I am very badass moment right there. Do you know how much damage I could do to you? I could kill you. I could kill you right now. Do you know how many people could kill people? Most people could kill people, especially if they have a weapon. Dude, and also thinking that something like this would never come to light. Being so sure of yourself that no one's ever gonna mention the fact that you are actively threatening them on a regular basis. But on top of that, like, okay, let's say you did kill them. Who's gonna be the one going to prison? Say you did blind them. Do you think they're just gonna not do anything about the fact you blinded them? No, you're going to prison. They've also now got video evidence of you threatening them. Again, it just, it's so cringy. It's just this, he's trying to be scary, show me your phone. And they're not even scared of him. I think that's the thing that really adds to it. They're just like, no. And he's like, you know how much damage I could do to you? Okay, it's so cringe. He was so unintimidating that the person he was actually threatening with a weapon wasn't scared of him.
I got you.
There's been a gnat flying around my room for like 3 days and I finally just got it. But anyway, that's where I'm going to end the video, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. Can you enjoy a video like this? Does anybody enjoy this? I don't know, but it gets views, so clearly people are watching. If you want to support me in making more content like this, then I do have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally you can click the join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. Thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. It means so much to me. You guys are incredible. Like, all of you are great. So thank you to everybody that does support the channel. Genuinely means so much. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.